it actually prevents them, A, enjoying life, and B, it prevents them being comfortable with who they are. Because when we compare ourselves with other people, we never compare ourselves with other people who are worse than we are. We,
No.
we always compare ourselves with the superstars.
Compare yourself up, yeah.
Yeah, and sorry, most of us aren't superstars. And even the superstars are only superstars in one particular area of life.
Yeah. That's all.
And so what we've got to do is find out what area is it that we are superstars in life.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that every single one of us has a purpose. We all have a reason that we're here, but we've got to be sufficiently self-aware and comfortable with who we are to find that.
Right. I've got a deep question here.
Ooh.
What would the world be like if we were all taught how to look after our mental wellness?
Oh my God, Jill, if there's one thing the politicians have to do, it's to take mental health seriously. I think you wouldn't know this, but 13%, 13% of the NHS budget is spent on mental health, even though it's the biggest burden of disease that there is. It's a bigger burden on the NHS and not generally than cancer and heart disease together.
Really?
Yeah. And the problem is, and this is why mental wellness education is so important, the problem is that we wait until things are really bad and then we go and see a therapist.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's too late at that stage. I'm not, because I mean, I went to see a therapist and I am a therapist. However, and this is answering your question, if kids left school understanding how their mind works, how they create their reality, what stress and anxiety and depression are, because in my opinion, they are not mental illnesses. They are signals from our system telling us to pay attention. The problem is we regard them as mental illness and therefore we bottle them up, we squash them down, we avoid them, and that's when they become a problem. And so instead of taking notice of our system that's going, oi, mate, your life's not working, sort something out and taking action, we bottle it.
Yeah.
If the kids understood how their minds work, what stress and anxiety and so on actually are, who they are at a deep level, they would have the self-empowerment to go and live their lives in a way that A, they wanted, and B, that they were in control of, as near as we can be in control.
Yeah.
So it would change, and this is why what I plan to do with the online program, by the way, sometime in the new year, is offer it free access to every single secondary school student in the country. I'm that passionate about it because if those kids get on the program, they work at it, they get the learning, it will change their life. And it's an American expression, I know that, but it will change their life. So to actually answer your question, if everybody understood what mental wellness was, where they had the education, it would change the nation within one cadre of school kids.
So anybody out there that can feel that they're getting stressed or they're getting these triggers, what would be the first steps they could take to avoid it going any further?
To be honest, the first step is really simple. Share it. Talk to somebody. Talk to a mate, somebody you trust really well. Hopefully somebody's not going to judge you or mock you, but share it. Because if it's just starting to niggle, it's just starting to become a problem, and you talk about it, just talk about it, getting it off your chest, having the input of the other person, you'd be gobsmacked how powerful that is.
I know you don't like Freud, but he talks about the talking therapy, doesn't he?
Yeah,
how you talk about it.
And you know, the funny thing is we laugh at the Americans, us Brits, because they all have therapists. We shouldn't be laughing.
No, because they're talking.
Yeah, exactly. It's just sharing. And by the way, the more we share our mental health issues with other people, the more normal it becomes.
Yeah.
Less stigma there is around mental health.
That's exactly what we need. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why all the work that Princes William and Harry did a couple of years ago and they're continuing with is blooming marvelous. But it's taking a long time for the stigma to drop.
I know. Do you think it'll ever drop forever?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think the next generation, the millennials and Gen Z, it will, because the statistics are horrible
Yeah.
in terms of the percentage of young people that are struggling. They know
Yeah.
damn well they've got each and every one of them has got 3 or 4 friends who are struggling big time.
I think particularly with the pandemic, I think teenagers are suffering more.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I know my two are suffering more than
Yeah.
any adults I've spoken to about it.
You know, we all need connection. We all need to be talking to people. We all need to be with people. It's actually biologically, believe it or not, scientifically, it's been proven connection with others is as important as water and food. But
I'd agree.
that's
Yeah.
one thing for adults. For the youngsters, it's even more important. So when they were locked down out of school, there is nothing worse that the government could have done for their mental health.
I know. Well, I've seen it firsthand, particularly my daughter. It was just awful, but
But you know,
it's getting back.
let's hope that sometime in the spring we can get back, well, to some form of normality, because one of the big casualties is, and it is being covered in the press, it's going to be mental health. I mean,
Yeah.
as a practitioner now, as a therapist, I can't keep up. I've got, my waiting list is 2 months.
Really?
I haven't got the time. I can't see people. And
Where
it's,
are you based?
I'm based near Saffron Walden in Essex, unfortunately. I'm not near you.
No, I'm
But
not.
I'm so passionate about getting this knowledge out there that I'm desperate to talk to people, you know, on radio all over the country.
Yeah. So you've got books out?
Yes, I've got 3 books actually. One book is called The Naked Eye, as in letter I.
Yeah.
That is helping people stripping away all of the layers that they've got, covering up who they are, because most of us have got a mask on all the time, and actually helping them to discover who they really are. I've then contributed a chapter to Not Another Parenting book, and also a book, and this is a really important one actually, Boys Do Cry.
That is a good one.
It's about men's mental health, because we have to change the way we're bringing boys up.
Yeah, the old-fashioned idea that big boys don't cry is nonsense.
It's the nearest I get to swearing on radio. It's just dreadful, Jill, and it's the problem for so many, and it's not just the men that are struggling with this. The women are the recipients. You know, the awful men that are out there. It's their mental health problems, and it's because they've never been able to express their emotions. They're not allowed to. It ends up being absolutely horrible when that happens.
Yeah, but hopefully now the next generation, like my children, hopefully that should improve.
Yes, you know, as human beings, we are getting better, I think. You know, we are improving. Our teachers would actually be okay, generation for generation.
Yeah.
But this generation, or the generations that are on the earth at the moment, mental health is the biggest issue, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's right up there with the environment. It is right up there, but it's getting nothing like, you know, the space or focus of the environment, and it should be.
Right, that's brilliant. We're sorry, but we are actually running out of time now. It's been really informative. I've really enjoyed it. I do have a degree in psychology, so I find it really, really interesting. But before we go, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, right. Do you know, I've already said it in many ways.
I think you have. You've covered a lot. It's been really good.
Let's just, I think the last thing to say is just talk to people.
Yeah,
You've
definitely.
got a problem, talk to people. And the other thing is, do the thinking. Come up with a reason why you shouldn't feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Because there isn't one. So just give yourself permission to be comfortable with who you are. Warts and all.
Very good advice. That's been really fantastic. Thanks again for coming in. If we need you again, we'll be in touch.
Yeah, please reach out.
Yeah, and I'll look out for your books for certain. All right, thanks a lot, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.